who does have that GPM talent. He's really fun. He's got Boots of Travel, Blink Dagger, Aether Lens. This is almost a 6-slotted Weave Winter Wyvern. Who does have that GPM talent. He's really fun.
I don't think I've ever seen a refresher orb on Winter Wyvern. Maybe a refresher charge,
pretty
sure,
sick, Winter Wyvern. I think it's going to be pretty sick.
Yeah. I mean, he could be free to, like, so many times he's been forced to just throw it on the Oracle, even if no one's around, just to stop him from being able to use the false promise in a critical moment. He could be free to, like, so having an extra throw it on the Oracle.
HFN, though, has to be more careful. The fight did start with him being able to use. He has to kind of tell his team or vice versa, we can't fight if we're not together as 5, be careful. And what's making them really reluctant to just go for it is because they don't have the Aegis. If they had the Aegis, I'd imagine that Chaos would say, enough of these shenanigans, let's just go down lanes, let's just push them out. It has also forced them to go for the Boots of Travel, which I think is completely the right decision because somebody has to deal with the waves.
There it is. You can just look at Puck, see that gold climbing in the bottom right, the 420 gold per minute.
Just barely gets that TP off in front of that Lifestealer, who does have a basher, so now they have to be somewhat careful. If they get the instant bash, they will kill him really quickly.
Yeah.
He is okay-ish armor, but only 1800 HP. If they get one good bash on him, he will die. I think he's going to know about the Hex coming as well on the Razor. As soon as you see the ultimate orb, that's the only thing that he could possibly be going for at this point.
Yeah.
This is going to prompt Moon, who, like you said, the GPM, he's already got the Lincolns queued up. He has it purchased. It'll be in his hands quite soon.
This game, I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. So that average GPM, I have no doubt that Moon's going to get boosted significantly off of this game. He continues to split push freely. We're going to have Febby, Glimmer Cape, and flies away over the trees away from HFN. Misery's still going to try and catch him here. The Sprout is going to be able to block him down. Does blink away. He got away from the Radiance.
And this is just going to reset things again, and you have to be careful getting out here as Chaos. You don't really know where the ward vision is. If you split up too far, that's when everybody from Mineski will start to TP back and they'll isolate somebody out. And look at this trap being built right now by top lane, KP. He's pretty sure they don't have ward vision here. He's got the Abyssal Blade. He's hoping that one hero TP's back with a regular TP to try to deal with this, maybe the Nature's Prophet. If he nabs that kill thinking, the Nature's Prophet thinking, oh, it's just a Chen and his creeps, I'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, Pilot has been very subtle about his push.
Yes.
Have you seen him? He's been popping out and Divine favoring the range creep. And then he stole one of the siege creeps.
They're really hoping that Misery comes
all
back. That's really the game plan here, as Misery hasn't really fallen for it quite yet, and they're going to know that he's in that area instead.
Moon's heading off. Oh, hey. Just found a dust.
Look at this.
Bye.
He is so sure. He's actually just playing around with them. This is...
Yeah, there's no point for him to go
You should
to
applaud this.
I saw that, says King RT. He knows, and he also knows
Moon
that
is
they
putting
can't
on
do
a show
damn
for you
thing
guys.
about it.
He's just waiting by the creep wave racks because he's so sure that no one's going to kill him.
He positions the orb to jump over to the mid lane, doesn't actually jump in time. Pilot Eye finally got found, though. HFN puts a stop to at least one of these split pushing nonsense.
He don't care. Just like, dude, that guy has... Pilot Eye's got a 4-staff. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Pilot Eye immediately buys back, knowing that Roshan is likely to be up, almost pulling up Weehop, but he managed to get off the BKB. Now falls promise up the Oracle, tries to jump in. Great Winter's Curse, mid-life break. That's going to be able to bind the Meepo. A lot of time to be able to jump away. He's going to be okay. KP laying some damage into Weehop mode. Oh no! Are they going to be able to kill him? Weehop managed to get the force up to kill the high ground. He life breaks back into KP, and they'll be able to get the Abyssal Blade, but no! The Golden Break keeps him alive a little bit longer. They're laying so much damage into him, and KP enrages. Aji comes in as well. They're sprouted together. Talbo's dealing some damage. HFN trying to deal in one of these Meepos. A third health, almost dead. Finally, the Meepo does fall. Talbo survives as well. Febby's going to be chased away. That's 3 dead from Mineski, 2 of which do have buyback.
And the cavalry finally arrives. Tavo bringing HFN along, and they're just going to go for the high ground. And now the Abyssal Blade drop from HFN. He says, you can taunt me, I can do the same. He drops his Abyssal Blade right in front of their racks.
And this is what's so special about Southeast Asia versus South America. To jump in from Weeha onto KP, chasing away that Ursa once again, so they can freely just finish off this lane of racks. But a coil goes down. Are they going to buy back? They're the winner's curse, and they are going to buy back now. The Meepo, they are all leaning on this one. The Mineski, they're going to be able to take out the Huskar first. He's already controlled up the HFN. He looks like to be tied well. No, he actually managed to still get away. Oh, Moon, can he actually catch up to him? He's got so much mobility. He needs to be able to fight it, but no, he's already infested inside the creep.
There's the road.
The creep is making a way. Heal Scepter, stop that creep. KP bursts it down, and there it is. The pinata opens up, and the candy falls. 606 gold for Moon. Tavo dies. Ajay goes back to claim that kill. King RD is going to be found as well. Moon on the hunt, will not stop with cores. He'll hunt down supports as well, but he's been juked away by the
immediate buybacks. They're going to the shrine. Weeha knows what's up. He knows that they're in the Roshan pit. It's going to be a second too late, but it's Vebi that he finds first. Weeha has already committed. He's used his BKB. They've got to be careful in this fight. The Hex on the Vebi instead.
Oh, he doesn't manage to fly down to the other side. They spotted Moon there for a moment. They're going to interfire him. Not sure what that smoke was for. They did know he was here. Fortunately, Moon is so far away. The Lincolns will protect him. And Invis pickup as well.
But that was such a big commitment from Chaos. They wanted to try to grab more from that. They didn't know that the Roshan was going to fall that quickly. They only get a Winter Wyvern. That would not be worth it for them as Moon is on the hunt right now. He's trying to find King RD. They do have the gem available on this Nature's Prophet though. So Moon's got to be a little bit careful.
He finds the initiation blowing up. No, the Glimmer Cape, the save. King RD is going to be fine. Keeping him alive is critical, as we've seen. When that Oracle is gone, they can focus down Weeha and HFN a lot easier. They're going to be able to take that one shrine, yes. While these 30 seconds, they don't have the Winter Wyvern Chaos control the map, but after that, they're going to have to be dealing with an Aegis on the Meepo.
And they're learning from the guerrilla tactics. They know that the puck is always going to try to find one of the two supports, so it's so important for Chaos to stay on their two supports. Similar to the game where we saw NIP play against Alliance, where they kept trying to go on Saksa, you have to commit one of these cores to protecting this Oracle. I'd imagine that it'd be Tavo in this case, just because he does have the Hex.
And now,
he's got multiple ways to kill Moon.
To hunt Moon.
This is a good bait. Oh, maybe if he just waited half a second, Moon would have gone for that creep wave. And instead, he's going to pop out now. He understands that the Lifestealer is quite far away. He's going to continue his hit and run tactics. TP back to base.
We'll quickly push out that top lane. Somebody grab that cheese. I've been wondering where the cheese was. It's been in the fountain this entire time.
The problem is there's not a really... I guess one of your supports could grab it. The Ursa has the refresher. He'd prefer that because of the double range, the double Abyssal, and the double BKB.
And surely he can carry both, though, right?
I'd imagine so, too. I'm pretty sure you put it on the courier and you just give it to him. He's probably the best carrier for it. Or I can't imagine it's Pi with his 1000 HP.
No. And we're getting, oh, that's getting some Tinker wards now. Side little cliff areas. E-Blade.
You see Moon, by the way. He's not doing, he's not going by the racks anymore, trying to cut the creep wave. I think he knows now that they have some ways to deal with them.
Moon opting for more direct damage. Now he can E-Blade Dagon that Oracle.
I mean, this is quite the game. It's 10k up on the side of Mineski, but Chaos have proven that they can win team fights as a group.
I like that. You see that pick up Shadow Blade for Tavo? He's like, I've got the direct disable against this puck.
He knows that the puck can't afford to carry gem on him at all times. He does have a dust, but none of his item slots are really replaceable at this point. This is the downside of having so much net worth. Tavo, he's just going to go on the hunt now. He's got multiple ways to break. He does need HFN, I think, inside him just for the pure raw damage. Like, just him by himself, I think, isn't quite enough.
No.
But if you wait in that bottom lane long enough, I feel like you'll find the opportunity. Like, what I'd like HFN right now to do is push out this top lane, connect to Tavo. This bottom lane is already pushed to here. By the time it gets to around here, you can set that trap and wait.
But they just pulled up. Bebi's here. He's gonna show that he's here at least with a Splinter Blast, but they may not know about KP.
I'd really like that trap to be set by Tavo at bottom. You have that Shadow Blade. They don't quite know about
coming in. They're all going to try and bail out. He didn't get one of his Meepos out. They're going to try and save it. KP is going to come back in, immediately got sight the Vice, the Meepos all come in. The Winter's Curse already laid out onto Tavo as well. They're going to slow him down. Febby has already popped the refresher ward. They may not expect this. This extra curse may be able to save this fight. They've already got the coil, making sure that Weehawk can chase these heroes down. Unfortunately, KP is just being kited around.
He's by himself right now.
Staffs. He's going to be able to get the refresher shot back. Oracle gets blown up, and now maybe they can turn onto this this Huskar potentially. KP has used his second BKB, his second enrage, and finally it does wear out. They're going to be able to get the sight the Bison. Mineski leave him to die. With the buyback out from King RT, Mineski no longer feel comfortable taking that fight, but he does not have buyback and he is dead for 2 minutes.
And the weird part is they had Aegis in that engagement. You're just not feeling the impact of this Meepo whatsoever.
No.
He just doesn't feel comfortable fighting at any point. That was probably the best possible fight they're going to get. They kill King RD off the bat. 3 heroes are chasing that Ursa, and it's just really the Huskar and this Lifestealer that's front-facing. And he still doesn't feel comfortable fighting. And now the Aegis fades out. Does have the buyback available. Gonna have to do it without one of their core heroes on the side of Ursa. It's actually 2 minutes still for this Meepo to have buyback. They know about this timing, and I think Chaos trying to play for the win here.
8 more seconds until the Winter's Curse.
They know there's no buyback on the Meepo. If the Ursa had it, he would have used it at this point.
Back line, Misery's dead.
And this is one way to get it done.
It's now a 4 versus 4. Misery does have buyback all the way in. As Weehawk with the BKB immediately goes for Febby. There's no way the Oracle could possibly get to him. What was he expecting out of that one? I don't know, but they caught Moon. Finally, the Roadrunner dies in the first time in Acme history.
It took something like 44 minutes, but they finally bring him down. But he's done his job. He forced the buyback.
Yeah.
The entire team chased him, and I don't think Weehawk had any idea what was going on.
What was that?
I think what ended up happening was he didn't realize the chaos that, no pun intended, that the puck was causing in the back line. Because somebody, like I said, was trying to protect the back line, which was Tavo, and so there was no follow-up whatsoever. Moon's job is to try to separate one of the cores at least, so that his team gets a favorable fight. Hopefully he finds one of the supports in the back line. You force them into an awkward position. That's exactly what he does.
He knows Misery is here. And he's
going to bring somebody in.
Vision. He's going to be able to pull
There's no buyback on Misery. This would be a very nice pickup for them.
They're going to pull in the Meepo, grab him, ensnare, Misery. That's a dieback.
And now it's a 4-on-5 for 91 seconds. Huskar doesn't have buyback for a minute himself.
We're going to rewatch this one.
Look at this.
What the hell we
They go to protect.
He life break. He just ran and jumped on Febby at the same time that Moon jumped in on his team. I'm not sure if that's really the target you wanted to go on anyway, but certainly unfortunate timing as well. And he does that right as Moon makes his initiation. Straight up pipe for our Nature's Prophet. We've got an Orchid for the Meepo.
And the Meepo, you see that he continues to want to just play that pickoff game. He doesn't really feel comfortable in these 5-on-5s, nor should he really. I can't really blame him for that topic. It just goes to show you the limitations of the hero.
Tavo catches the Chen. Pylon's Eye was trying to do cheeky things once again, but he managed to get the side onto Tavo. He's going to be saved immediately by King RT. They're trying to leak some damage into him. No, never mind. They're going to back up. They actually just go for the Winter's Curse, run away. KP's going to use his time with his BKB to try and get out with the coil on all of these heroes on the side of Chaos. They're not going to be able to pursue.
The Razor's down.
The Razor, and they're going to have to back themselves away. Mineski, it's funny how there's 2 heroes dead, and they're still walking away from that engagement.
Yeah, they understand hit and run, just continue to do these guerrilla tactics, pick people off. Their pickoff potential is really good. And it's 100 seconds on the deck for this Razor. The buyback cooldown is up, but he just doesn't have the gold. I'm not sure if Mineski's aware. They're probably aware of the timer, but they have no way of knowing that he doesn't have the gold, so they probably just grab this tier 2 tower, maybe wait for the next Roshan, then start to make aggressive plays again.
Getting close to some important pickups as well. I mean, it would be sick if we could see a level 25 for Febby. Most of the time, I've always seen the Splinter Blast 2-second stun, but seeing how critical the Winter's Curse is in this game, an extra 1.5 seconds going it up to 7-second duration. And he can have 2 of those in a fight. That would be insane.
At the same time, when the enemy team has no stuns, your stuns look a lot better. Just by virtue of having them. In a way, you're flaunting your privilege of having a stun.
Roshan's up. Roshan's up and both teams will know about it. We've got the Chen creeps as well as the Furion Treants.
And Mineski seem a little bit hesitant, but they should just walk in. And once the buyback doesn't come on the side of the Razor, they should know that this is a 4-on-5, and this should trigger Chaos into just being a little bit more cautious. Don't fight this area. It's a 4-on-5. Your main disable, the guy who's built all these items to catch, isn't alive. You've got to be careful here.
They've smoked up. HFN is going to lead the way into this Roshan pit. He's going to peek in, see what the hell the Roshan is. Ajit is actually quite low, but there's going to be the Winter's Curse to make sure the Meepo can't get out. The initiation, KP is going to jump with back line. Weehaw, he was actually jumping on him at all, but Roshan still going on. HFN popping his BKB. They interfire to blast away some of these Meepos. They're trying together to focus one of them. There is going to be the Cold Embrace to try and save that Meepo, so they turn into a different one. They're all quite so low, and finally, one of them will fall.
Where's the buyback?
Best ball, but there's going to be the buyback of the Meepo, and now Chaos may have to retreat, or at least trying to recollect themselves, because Weehaw almost dying here. Is going to be seen by the regen inside the pit, though. KP is still limping along here. Needs to be able to get a force down to get out of here, but none of his team is around. Roshan still at a 3rd HP. HFN looks to be able to finish off, but Mineski are rolling in fast. Bevy,
they've got to hurry. It's about to fall right now. This would be an Aegis Cheese and Refresher. As Misery, he's going to time this, lays down the Meteor.
They just have to give it up. I thought they were going to rush into the pit, but they actually stalled. And maybe it was for the best. I mean, they had no Winter's Curse, no Coil.
And I thought that Chaos was crazy going for that 4-on-5 fight without the Razor. But HFN is such a beast. 3k HP. And you saw King RD, the one time he doesn't get isolated out by that puck, he's fine. He has the Aeon disc. He's finally found a way to counter the hit and run of the puck.
How do you deal with HFN, who's now found Highlight Die? He's got, how many seconds of Magic Immunity is that? That's what, 18? 26? 26 seconds of Magic Immunity? How do you stop that? Will you, please?
Ooh, that's the tough part. I mean, it all starts with the way that fights have been going successfully for Mineski is finding this Oracle. If Puck finds the Oracle, he separates him from the rest of his team. He forces Weehaw away from the rest of his team, drags him out a little bit. That's when they have the most successes. I mean, the game graph alone just looks ridiculous. As you thought for a second that Chaos was definitely going to win. Then I thought that Mineski definitely had it.
Yeah.
And now it just goes back in their favor. So now the bottom lane march comes from the side of Chaos. They know that 3 buybacks have been expended here.
Misery has already taken away that hiding spot. KP is going to be flushed out into the open here. Trying to stop Weehaw. Okay, just an Abyssal Blade. At the same time, Moon does go and try and blow up Misery once again. 2-man coil trying to stop this side. The Vice from Tavo still managed to get it, but no pursuit. So they both utilize something pretty expensive. Oh, King RD! He was so far forward. Fortunately, he has got an Aeon Disc, and they have so many other saves. Weehaw is on the front line still. It's going to be False Promise, so the rest of Mineski have to back up. They have to play out the fountain as much as possible. KP trying to go for the kill onto Tavo. Couldn't get a bash or anything. Not going to be able to get the lockdown here.
King RD's coming back with the boots of travel, trying to back up the rest of his team, thinking there's going to be a continued engagement. And Moon did his job. He finds King RD, but it's already too late as the racks do go down. I'd imagine at this point, Mineski don't care. This is a 56-minute racks. But still, these little advantages by Chaos. Now the map is completely opened up, and Ajit doesn't have a buyback. He's got to be careful about this, but the rest of the team, they know they're a bit isolated. They're finding somebody.
Blade ready to go. King RD's already been caught up, and now that's a dieback. Moon, he's going to be able to jump forward, catching Tavo potentially as well. Tavo's got to get out of here. He does have a cheese. He's going to have to pop it now as Yule Scepter as well. Mineski keep on throwing in damage onto Tavo, poking at him, hoping to be able to eliminate him without fully committing. Moon jumps to that back line once again, has another round of the Dagon. He's going to jump forward.
He's got to be careful about this.
Away.
There's a Hex in 2 seconds from Tavo.
1 second now. Has the patience. He's going to be okay. The bash comes in onto Tavo, and the Dagon to finish him off. No more disables unless to be able to catch Bill in the back line. Oh, Weehaw jumping in. Again, they're going to try and kill the Meepo as quick as possible. The E-Blade's going to be able to save one of those people. But now the other one is going to get bashed up into trees. This goes. Refresher activated. And Weehaw Magic Immune. 2 minutes down on the Meepo. They've got to get out of here. Winter's Curse is going to be laid down on the HFN. But Tavo, side the Vice. Moon pulls every bit of magic damage he has. And it's enough. Tavo falls. Moon trying to keep the game alive as best he can, grabbing the gem, blinking away, TPing out. Misery spots him, but he has no damage.
The hit and run tactics. He stayed in that entire fight with about 500 HP. He makes it work. They force the buyback on Tavo. They take him down twice. If they hold Tavo in that engagement, they probably just march down mid and win the game. And this is the only way that Mineski can really win fights, is to make them as chaotic as possible. Pick off whoever they can.
This man has 12,000 gold, by the way. Start passing out the moon shards, baby. Moon, you got more than you could possibly spend.
So well done by him. I mean, he has created quite the entertaining game.
He has been keeping Mineski alive. Bebby, sure enough, does go for the Splinter Blast stun, so now it's not just the winner's curse.
I feel like King RD and Moon right now are the MVPs. King RD's, it's a weird game of cat and mouse, because King RD hates Moon right now. King RD's only objective is to survive in this world. He has built 3 defensive items. He has a range item as well, so that he can cast his spells from max distance. All he wants in this life is to stay alive.
William, I got something for you.
Yes.
Look at King RD, right?
Yes.
So close to level 25. The talent is -5 seconds Fate's Edict cooldown. It puts it down to a 2-second cooldown.
That'd be quite nice.
You could just literally walk around casting it on yourself nonstop. It'd just be magic immune.
That's probably the play.
Yeah. I mean, what does Moon do about that at that point
Moon
in time?
off you. This is the key right now in Chaos. They've got to be a little bit more careful. They just have to protect King RD.
Yeah.
The fights are so clear-cut to me at this point. If King RD lives, it's a really easy fight for Chaos. It's so hard for them to bring down any of the cores. When he dies, they start to play this pick-and-roll game. They isolate one core out. When Lifestealer goes to the Meepo, the puck is finding one of the other cores, and suddenly it turns into this weird 2-on-4 situation where HFN, yes, he's unkillable, but at the same time, he's playing alone in these engagements because he's the only one that can't really die. But if you find a situation where you can kill the rest of his teammates, you will find a way to bring this beast down.
HFN just fearlessly pushing in waves everywhere he goes.
HFN is playing this game very well as well. Like, he is pushing his hero to the max. He's trying to be as aggressive as possible. He's trying to force attention. They're just sort of ignoring him.
I saw one fight where I'm pretty sure he raged, BKB raged,
they're just like,
and then refresher sharded.
They just don't really care about his presence in this game.
Yeah.
They have multiple ways to deal with him. The cold embrace has made his life just absolute hell. Similarly how they have to kill King RD, they really need to get rid of Febby in these fights. The cold embrace, the Devil's Winner's Curse is just doing a little bit too much.
And I don't think we've seen the effect of the Splinter Blast stun.
Yeah.
But that's also going to be a problem.
Also, Febby just, he's so rich that he sold the cheese because he doesn't think anybody on his team needs it. Or maybe he just didn't mention it. Just to
just quietly, he was like...
He just quietly, he's like, guys, I've got Octarine. They're like, that's weird.
What happened to that cheese? Oh, you know, that razor, man. He almost got me one time.
I just had to use it.
Yeah.
In this click.
So Octarine core now for the Winter Wyvern.
I mean, poor Pylai Dai probably could have used it at this point. He's got a sentry and a gem. That's how you know that he's poor. He's got a sentry and a gem.
And when you're actively holding onto a smoke, it's not even sitting onto your backpack. You're just kind of like filling the slot.
Dude, I'm 6-slotted. What are you...
Quick, Pie, put that clarity in that 6th slot. Fill it up.
And they want to get aggressive right now. It's Mineski. They know that Tavo still doesn't have buyback. I mean, the only people with buyback available are the 2 behemoths, the Puck and the Lifestealer. So if you can find any of these engagements, maybe isolate King RD, you would just win this game.
And that's why they're going all the way around, assuming that's where they're going to find that pesky support.
Look right now, okay, they see the TP. Just rush in. Just try to find an engagement. You see the TP of HFN. This could have just been a mistake.
They're going to be able to find something here, surely. Bebby, they have the TP back in from Moon. He's looking for that initiation. Somebody already have the sidebar. Weehaw is going to be jumped on immediately. They start putting some damage onto him, but they don't fully commit. Even though they knew HFN wasn't in that fight, they still didn't go for it.
They know he has the Travels 2, but HFN messed up there. He didn't have the Travels 2 in his inventory, and of course they weren't aware of that.
Okay.
So they thought he was just going to hop in.
His inventory.
Yes.
Okay.
But that was such a risky move by him. If he gets punished like that and they lose the game because of that situation.
Because of that 5-second downtime of trying to switch items. Oof. He's going to have even more items, trying to pick up a Bloodthorn now.
And these racks, the 7K lead, it means absolutely nothing. It just comes down to this one engagement at this point.
I'm a little disappointed, Blitz. He did go for the extra 2 seconds of false promise duration. Now goes up to 12 seconds.
That is a really long time, though, to keep your Huskar or your Lifestealer or your Razor alive.
Yeah.
And they're just poking right now.
Yeah, I'm not really even anticipating a fight, because you know this is just the way the Mineski kind of have to play it. They're just poking at some of these heroes, seeing if they can get any kind of reaction, even just him using BKB would be great.
And you got to give it up to both these teams. They are playing such wildly entertaining Dota. There's just such clear flaws with their lineups, and they're sort of just maximizing around that fact.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like both teams are genuinely just playing well. Pain is somehow working around the fact that they've got 0 catch and 0 stuns. They itemize it. Tavo played for the long game, going for this Yule's Shadowblade Hex sort of build. He sort of adapted his build towards the situation. Moon has taken full advantage of the fact that they don't have any disables. He's pushing this puck to the limits. And the rest of the heroes, I mean, this supporting cast from both sides has been excellent. We haven't talked about that nearly enough, but it's just because, I mean, those are the playmakers on either side. But it doesn't mean that they're having subpar performances by any means. I mean, the positioning in this game is wild alone. Every fight has to be played perfectly from both sides.
HFN is very far forward here, and oh no! He just tried to TP without using Rage. He's gonna walk out of the coil, yes, but the rest of the team is already smoked over. HFN is gonna be caught by KP, gets the Abyssal Blade hit, needs more bashes. HFN turns around, delivers a bash of his own. He's gonna be saved by the false promise out from Chaos. Look at that, the E-Blade going down as well. The Winter's Curse in the back line on Tavo is gonna be able to stall a lot of this, but Mineski just can't seem to commit, and that's where Weehaw comes in. Weehaw with the line break, KP turns onto him as best he can. Another Winter's Curse laid out on Tavo again. They're gonna get the E-Blade on the KP. There's so much silence. Can they get him? He's dead. There's HFN. He's gone. Pylon died. Still being chased by Tavo. Now they size up. They need to be able to catch Tavo. He managed to get the ensnare. He's going to be able to go down. Weehaw is also fighting up against KP, who managed to get the bash with the magic damage. The Golden Brace couldn't save him. Weehaw is super low. KP is trying to kill him as best as possible, but Weehaw, he's so damn tanky. The Satanic, the regen, he's staying alive and is delivering damage onto Mineski.
And Moon finally runs out of mana. 3,100 pool, he runs out of mana. They have to reset here as Pi gonna get caught out too. Instant buyback from all sides. The only person that doesn't have it is this Winter Wyvern. Go get the bounty runes, get him in this game.
Is he just barely off of gold?
They can do it, I think, if they get the
300 gold, that's all he needs.
Moon picks up one, Febi's
go get the other one, he's got it.
119 gold, he's so close to it. He's gonna buy back now too.
Chaos are not determined to force things into the base yet because they know there's another round of Roshan to do.
And this is going to determine the game, I think, with no buybacks available. But Febi, reluctant to use his buyback all the same. And the Lifestealer illusion being left behind, this is going to spot everything for them as now the Aegis is free.
There's just no way Mineski can get in here in time. Aegis, cheese, refresher, shard, Moon, no, he can't die here! He's got a buyback. Febi does too, but that just means that is one less life Chaos have to end.
And the real buybacks are all on the side of Chaos at this point. They've got 3 on their side. Febi, you have to imagine, with 40 seconds left, is probably gonna have to use his.
They just left the cheese there. They don't even need it.
This is how ridiculous this game's gone. Nobody cares about that cheese. It's been used as fodder to buy items at this point. And now they're going to make this march into the high ground. Febi uses the buyback to get the Abyssal Blade
on HFN. No false promise just yet from King RT. He's been very patient throughout this game, never really jumping the gun.
And Moon, he's been so aggressive this entire game, but he knows that he is killable. They've tested his mortality. He doesn't have buyback. He has to be so careful. He has to try to find the back line, though. And this is why you see Tavo Shadowbladed up, protecting his 2 supports.
Then he's looking for the initiation scythe onto HFN as his rage falls out, but still, just always with that Oracle in the back line.
And look at Misery. He TP's back, buys a bunch of sentries just in case he dies. He knows that he's liable for it. He knows they need vision for these Glimmer Capes.
They're going to be able to find that ward. Leave the illusions behind. There goes the coil. But again, Chaos don't need to do anything here.
They're just letting HFN go high ground.
Snapping in the coil. Scythe of Ice laid onto him as well. But the Miko not going to try and jump in. An Abyssal Blade now being used by KP. Anything to be able to keep this melee barracks alive. Also just trying to keep the stacks of Fury Swipes on that Lifestealer.
He's got to go back though. He's almost run out of mana right now. But instead he's going to get mangoed, I think, by Febby, who does have a smoke in his inventory instead. HFN just coming right back. Was grabbing wood.
Bo3 back in. Ready to fight again, and if he can't kill KP, okay. Ajit is going to go for the back line, trying to catch Weehaw. Ethereal Blade now to beat KP, and immediately the line break on Ajit is going to be able to push away. There goes that Winter's Curse. Is going to be able to stall things, reset. Weehaw keeps on moving forward. Is going to be forced stabbed and broken the coil. Meanwhile, KP fighting HFN. They managed to break him. That's going to be the first life, though. Another Winter's Curse, this time on King RD, but the damage just isn't there, and he has the Aeon Disc as well. Light Break's going to be able to push away some of these heroes. Weehaw is at half health right now, but still always have the saving graces of the Oracle, and it's looking like it's going to be Megas. KP on the side. Moon has actually found Tamo. Tamo going to be saved just in time, and now Moon going to be backed up. Unfortunately, the Cold Embrace will keep Moon alive. KP hoping to be able to grab somebody here, but maybe turned around on as the side comes out. Moon dropping an orb out, will not jump into Chaos. Looks like they're going to allow Chaos to retreat, despite the fact that they have grabbed Megas. Mineski will now have to just sit in their base and hold against Mega Creeps.
I mean, 70-minute Mega Creeps seem a lot less daunting at this phase of the game because they know that they're always on that teeter-totter edge of just winning one team fight and being able to run things down. And that's why Chaos, too, is playing a little bit more careful. They understand if they get completely wiped off of that, they had already lost the Aegis. They can just lose the game. There's no buyback yet on their Lifestealer for another 3 minutes. Tavo doesn't quite have the gold for it, so they're playing a little bit careful. I mean, they've worked so hard for this game. They really don't want to throw it at this point.
So many extra items that Chaos can still grab. I see in their inventories, boots of travel. Weehaw thinking about just in case he needs to buy back and rejoin his team immediately for some sort of final throne push. They may even wait for some of these extra items because there is no reason that Chaos needs to end this game right now.
Yeah, and check out the Oracle right now. This cat and mouse game just got a lot harder as Oracle picks up a heart.
Wow.
He understands this game perfectly. King RD, it's been this way for quite some time. He's been able to live. You see how hard it is for them to bring down anybody because of the false promise.
Yeah.
And it's on such a low cooldown at this point, and it lasts for so long that he often has it twice in these engagements. But they still have to be a little bit careful. There's a 2-minute window right now for Mineski where HFN doesn't have buyback. They're well aware of that. They have to consistently deal with this Mega Creep threat.
You know the game has gone late when even Pylai Die is looking at some premium items.
Dude, if Pylai Die has more than boots at this point, you know that the game minimum, like, I don't even have to look at the timer, it's been 70 minutes. You're telling me this guy has a 4-staff and a Glimmer Cape? Ask me that question, like, what time in the game is 70 minutes?
He's thinking about grabbing a site. They are in it for the long haul, and it would be a bad idea.
If he gets a Hex, it's like a 3-hour game.
Yeah. I think is he the only person that's not level 25 in the whole game?
Oh, he's not 25?
No. He's a level 22. It's not even close.
All right, sure. I feel like Pai's been a part of like all the fights too.
Yeah. I mean, he was the one who, like, throughout the mid game was pulling in the Ursa to be able to get these hero kills. You thought he would have.
That bottom fight, by the way, his Glimmer Cape usage was so clutch.
Yeah.
That was what enabled them to win that fight, or at least even trade even. They forced so many buybacks as a result of that. And we just don't have enough time to talk about all the side characters, but Pylai Die and Bevy with their Glimmer Capes have been so clutch. And they forced Misery to go back to base by 8 sentries in case he died losing the gem. He wants to make sure that his legacy lives on.
They know that Razor! Tamo! He was spotted by the sentries already laid out. They're going to be able to get the point. Unfortunately, he just couldn't burst anybody down. HFN has been Winter's cursed up. Pylai Die trying to survive off a Glimmer Cape, but KP has been Scythe of Ice and he will die. He has no buyback. Mineski now will have to hold, not just against Mega Creeps, but a 4 versus 5 with tier 4s about to fall.
And they don't have any buybacks.
Moon trying to jump in, immediately get bashed up. Boy will be able to get off the face shift. Back to the fountain he goes. Jade's going to be able to try and jump onto the Huskar, but again, he's too tanky. Pops the BKB. He can pop the Satanic as well, but he doesn't even need it. Shit. Does manage to get the force tap back on the fountain. Another one of the meatballs still has to be saved on nice Winter's curse, but it's on Illusion of all things. And a cold embrace onto that Nico is still be alive. A push away. That's going to be Pylon dying, and the Chaos will take game 1.